Good Saturday morning. We're on our last 25 acres. Barb's walking over there to my pickup. Her and John are going back to get the trucks. I made room on this headland so she could park that for now. So now I can just start going around up the steep son of a bitch and down to this side and then dump until I get that done. Yes, we haven't been taking you with us. Sorry. We've done quite a bit of corn without you, but and I'm probably going to put you down while I go up along that and then down that steep son of a bitch because it's wet. Not to mention there was snowflakes in the air this morning. Yeah, that was fun. So always a good time. And as I've said in previous years' videos, camera does not do that hill justice. That's a steep son of a bitch. The first 2, maybe 3 times around, it ain't fun. This is the field I put extra headlands on. Instead of 24 rows, I think I did 40. Because you don't want to be turning around on that side hill neither. Oh yeah, so here, you know, along this hedgerow, like I said, when everybody shows you their big yields, oh, there's 72 bushels, 70 bushel, 67. Yeah, as you can see, when it sits in the shade all the time, doesn't grow worth a shit compared to what's out there that's not sitting in the shade. So, and that's all part of your final field average. So, last time around the headlands around the mountain part are done. The last one I actually got to square off and back up a little because it wasn't quite so hairy. Yeah, I don't carry the camera or have the camera on when I'm doing that because it's kind of hard to steer and run the hydro lever and everything else. And if something went wrong, yeah, I'd be dropping you on the floor like a hot penny. So this corn's not horrible. You get out into it, it's down in the 19s. It was in the 21, 22 range around the outside. Well, they're dropping the 18s. Yielding pretty good. Running my dryer manually now because not working so good in automatic. I think my dry moisture sensor is shot. I haven't changed it in 5 or 6 years. It gets enough corn run over it that it wears the surface out. So yeah, but 25 acres left, and I called them and they didn't have one, so they had to order it. I wasn't going to wait for it to come in. I ran my 1985 dryer manually for years. We are going to run out of room again today, so we started playing the spinner game this morning because we had one truck left loaded from yesterday. We finished up all that down the Meridian. It was the field average 19.4%, so it ran through the dryer pretty good, but we had one truck we couldn't get through. So we put that in the wet bin this morning, turned the dryer on, Barb went up, I flicked the switch, we got the spinner to where it's facing the low side, so we can start filling that. The object is to get as much in the bin as we can so that we can fit the rest of this, because we got that field on the other side, which is about the same size as this field. Plus we got the little field to the left of that one. Get as much in the bin as we can, and then get the rest sitting in the wet bin. That way, like I said, it's Saturday, Monday, I can get a hold of them, try to get, I think I owe them 3 more trucks. Might have to send more than that. Be able to pack everything in. World of difference when it's got anhydrous on it. I don't know if you can see the farm average is only 145 at the moment because of that 5 acre chunk over there that I already did that didn't have anhydrous. Wasn't that good. Gator's sitting over there because Chelsea's home for the weekend, so she drove it down, riding around with her mother. Probably that'll get into the 150s, maybe even hit 160 by the time I finish this. which I'll take considering the outside always sucks and the fact that we didn't get anhydrous on that. Look, Barb and Chelsea are waving. Not sure you can see them through that nasty, dirty window. Uh-oh, Chelsea's getting on the radio. I told everyone you guys were waving, but I'm not sure they can see you through that nasty window. Well, it's not horrible, but it's not great. So we're almost done. I'd say there's, I don't know, 5-6 acres left here. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right, because I just looked on the computer and it says we've done 20.2 acres. So there's 25 acres here. And 2023 harvest season, for us at least, will be over. May not all be in the bin, because like I told you, might not have room, but then I got that 80 acres of soybeans to do. There's a reason why I've never done custom work before. There's some guys who love custom work. I'm not one of those guys. I just never have. I like to get my shit done, get shit cleaned up, put away while the weather's good, or somewhat good. But I don't know. I agreed to do it this year. We'll see what next year brings. Now, if it was like last fall, where the first week, 10 days in November were in the 60s and 70s, it's a little different than I think right now. Last I looked at my phone, it's 39 now, like I told you earlier. Maybe I didn't tell you earlier. John and I were talking about it. There was snowflakes in the air this morning, yeah. So, not fun washing equipment up in that kind of weather. Alright, so it's about 4 o'clock Saturday. Corn heads off, as you can see. I'll probably spend tomorrow excuse me, blowing that off and maybe washing it. Wet bin auger's down. That's closed because it's, I don't know, half full. We just cleaned up the ground there. God, it doesn't matter whether it's the machine, whatever, just the dust is, we were both hacking a few minutes ago. She went to the house because we're gonna go out to supper tonight. Holy shit, I don't know if you saw that in front of the camera. It's still like 39. Couple of snowflakes again. Gotta love it. Tomorrow, gotta get that all switched over for beans. God, it's disgusting. Mud. Gonna tell the guy can be there Monday. They do show a 20% chance of rain. Slight chance, they say, in the afternoon. That means it either won't or we'll get a 1/4 of an inch. But then it's supposed to be good Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Oh yeah, by the way, we're done. Yeah, forgot that part. Because normally I show you, you know, the last 8 rows or the last pass with the bean head, whichever we're doing first, or last, excuse me, first. But harvest 23 is done for us. Yes, thank God. So I wanted to mention one more thing. I don't know if this isn't the one more thing. Or maybe it is the one more thing. I don't know. Why not a short video for once? Because I probably won't film doing that, guys. Beans. So we'll call this one more thing then. How's that sound? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it now. Because these videos all run together and I can't remember. And like I said, I haven't picked the camera up in, I don't know, 3-4 days because I just didn't want to. Had a conference call the other day about that thing with New Holland and the dealership. So actually ran really good the last 2 or 3 days or so here with no problems. I'll be curious when I go to switch back to beans, because that's when we had the issue, you know, with the reel and all that stuff. I guess that might have been in the last video or a couple videos. I don't know. I don't even know what video we're on now. I always have a couple videos ahead for Barb to edit and put up. So basically what you're seeing, when you're seeing this, is probably a week after I'm actually filming it. But anyways, had a conference call. Everything that's going on with this thing is still covered, and they're still they're diligently working at it. I'll give them that much. They've sent it up the food chain to the next group of people to see what they think about some. They admit that they've got some problems. Mine seems to be the worst, which, you know, that makes sense because I can buy 99 out of 100 raffle tickets and come in third. But you get used to that if that's the way things have always been your entire life, and you just deal with it. So, because that's my luck. But anyways, and I don't care. I just deal with it. But we're starting to think now that it's not the software, because we've done enough with the software. Maybe it's electrical. I know some of you have made comments about that. So have I to them. They've actually, the conference call was, okay, say everything that you need to say. So we talked about going underneath, not these kind of power lines, but the big transmission lines where the big, you know, steel towers are. We talked about the radio doing that. The one guy says radio shouldn't do that. Okay, possibly electrical issue though. You know, we talked about how the throttle button, if I was to back that thing out right now in low throttle, like I did this morning at 10 o'clock when we took off, and push high throttle to head down the road, it goes right to it. But when you hit your thresher button and your header button, you got to sit there and push the throttle button 3, 4, 5 times, wiggle it some. That's odd. So, I mean, we discussed everything that's weird. I mentioned to him, could it be something as stupid and simple as a single wire somewheres that just isn't right, you know? So before they basically put a whole new computer system in that thing and, you know, brain system or whatever, because we're done, other than I got to do that guy's beans, they're going to try and study what the recorder said, look into this shit. They're going to be on demand, I guess you could call it, when I get ready to move to that, guys, so that if worst case scenario, I have that same problem with the head where the reel's moving at a snail's pace and, you know, the header height control is all effed up and everything. Somebody can call me on the phone and tell me how to get into dealer mode, because I can't even get to that screen. That's something that the dealer can only get to by pushing some special buttons to get to dealer mode. So, and it's probably dark, you looking at me in here. I didn't think about that because it's 4 o'clock. You know, it's dark by 4:45 now, roughly. So, fucking daylight savings time. Congress, get off your ass next spring and fucking vote on this bullshit and end it, okay? Move the clocks next spring and be done with it, you useless pieces of shit. But this bullshit about, oh, we did it for the farmers. Those farmers fucking hate it, okay? Yeah, it's great in the fall to, you know, have to turn your lights on at 4:30. Anyways, off track. But so they're still working on it. If we have issues going into next fall, they'll still be working on it. But that Cole guy, who I will be an asshole and say never returns a phone call, because I called him once last year, he never did, and twice this year, he never did. And I'll mention that to him. It's supposed to be coming out here the week of December 5th. So, and if he tells me he's a busy guy, I'm going to tell him I'm a busy guy too, but I can return a fucking phone call in less than a year. But anyways, so, no, I'm not going to stop being me, so. But, I mean, past couple days it's been great. So if it acts up going over to do his beans, changing the head, somebody's either going to be there or be right on the phone to run me through what Larry had to do that day. So, and then we're going to get done with that and have the joy of cleaning all this muddy shit up. But so there's your one more thing. I just wanted to put that out there, that they are working at it. So, you know, I can't fault them for not. I mean, they've obviously, you've seen, they've been here and try, and when the thing runs, boy, it runs like a bear and does a beautiful job. And like I said, the last 2 or 3 days we've pounded out some corn without you, sorry. But all that down to Meridian we did without you, sorry. But all right, we'll see you in the next one, whatever that'll be. I might film over there, I might not, I don't know.